Hey folks, this is Sam Roberts.
Hey, this is Kim Mitchell.
This is Hannah Georges.
This is Matt May.
This is Derry Graham from Honeymoon Suite, and you are listening to...
You're listening to...
And you're listening to
The Hulk Caesar Show.
Welcome to the Hulk Caesar Show. I am your host, Hulk Caesar, and joining me as always is my illustrious co-host, Emily Molloy. Emily, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
We're also joined by our new co-host, Dicky Strickland. Dicky will be joining Emily and I in some of our future programming. Dicky, thanks for coming on board with us.
Thank you for having me.
Our guest this evening is a songwriter and musician from St. John's who started making a name for himself with the local indie rock outfit Green and Gold. With songs that are both personal in scope and poetic in style, he shared the stage with many of our show's favorite acts, including Reuben Rake, Kelly McMichael, John Moran, and many more. In 2024, he released his solo debut effort, Out of View, to rave reviews. Len O'Neill, welcome to the Hulk Caesar Show.
Thank you. Thanks for the glowing and generous introduction. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. We're going to talk. We're going to chat with Len about his musical background, recording his album over at Jake Nichols Studio J, and what he's been working on next. Musically, we'll spin a few tracks from Len's record, and I got a couple of songs recorded live on video that we've had something to do with. A little later on, Len will grace us with a live performance right here in our Hot for the Moment studios, high above Posie Row in downtown St. John's, Newfoundland. To get us started, it's tonight's guest, Len O'Neill. From Out of View, it's You're Leaving for England on the Hulk Caesar Show.
But you're leaving for England in an hour, and your hair is wet, you just got a shower. Here I made you a sandwich, and I'll make you a promise. While you're gone, I'll continue my carrying on, carrying debt, carousing till dawn, while I wait on the word on which trade I should lay my hands upon. You call my recovery from the Union discovery that every human being has a shadow and a persona they show. I was bleeding into a memory of an evening most clumsy, but a new day is coming and it's time to move on. So I'll be leaving for the cabin in the dark, all alone in an unlicensed car, with the stars and the highway and the snow in my headlights that look like deep space hyperdrive. Since my recovery from the self-imposed othering, I am a lighter human being with a shadow halfway under control. So I would really like to thank you for setting an example of getting over oneself and on top of the ball. A winter, spring, summer, and fall. Ooh, yeah.
You are watching The Hulk Caesar Show. I'm Emily Molloy here with Hulk and Dicky as we host the rising musical star Len O'Neill. Len, what is your musical background?
My musical background? Well, I started playing guitar when I was probably 14. Before that, I didn't really play much. I didn't do lessons as a kid or anything. I played percussion in band when I was a kid, which was great. And I guess my formative musical experiences are like line dancing, you know? I was in line dancing as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, when I was like probably in grade 2 or grade 3 or something. So we were boot scooting, boogieing.
Amazing.
All
Do you
across
still
the...
line dance?
No, I wish. Yeah, my illustrious line dancing skills.
Did you do the live?
By the way,
did you do the live music, or was it always recorded music?
Oh no, yeah, it was recorded music. It was like country hits in the 90s.
Could you incorporate that into your shows now, do you think?
Could I? I mean, I could do anything. I thought about it. I thought about having a line dancing flash mob for a video idea or something.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Which would be cool,
Yeah.
you know. Actually, I put out a music video that had line dancing in it for one of the songs on the record.
Amazing.
Rebels in the Rubble has like I found a
Love that song.
DVD that was transferred from a VHS camcorder that my mother had in the 90s. And then I took all the footage off it and re-edited it into a music video for
so cool.
the song. And so like there was like probably maybe 10 or 15 minutes of footage, maybe a bit longer, but there was 2 different songs. So one of the songs was the typo was slightly slower and the other one was slightly faster. So I like slowed or increased the tempo of the video to match the tempo of the song. So I had this like music video of all these children line dancing to my song. I'm one of the children in the video. It's
Nice.
yeah. So that's really the roots of my musical upbringing.
amazing.
Yeah. And then when I got a guitar in grade, I started playing guitar. Yeah, probably in grade 9. My friend, in the summer after grade 9, my friend showed me how to play "Smoke on the Water" on an acoustic guitar. I was like, okay, this rocks. This is cool. And then I played some acoustic for a while that year, and then got an electric guitar for Christmas. And then one of the big changes for me was when I went to go see Swords at a all ages show. Do you guys know the local band Swords?
Yeah.
Remember that band? Yeah. So Swords were like a kind of post-rocky kind of band. Cool riffs. They were awesome. And they were playing at Brother O'Hara. I don't know if you guys remember. You were probably out in the Bay when this was going on.
I was. I'm a Bay boy.
Yeah. But they used to do shows upstairs in the dressing room, or one of the like, not the dressing room, but like the kind of like conference room at Brother O'Hara Arena. It's called the Yetman's Arena now, I think. It's the one next to Holy Heart. In any case, there was like, they had a show where Swords was playing, and I went to that. And then, but Winter Sleep used to come and like jump on bills, and they would play before all ages shows, before their shows that night. So Winter Sleep showed up and played for like 20 minutes before Swords. And I was really taken by it. Like, I thought it was really awesome. And I thought that it was kind of the thing that turned me on to like words in songs, you know, and then I sort of started caring about songs. But before that, I was all about like, you know, sick riffs and stuff, you know, but which Winter Sleep did have sick riffs too, I guess, but they just had words. So
Yeah, we had Judd from Winter Sleep on the show last week.
oh, wonderful. Yeah, he was the guy. Actually, I met him that day. Very formative experience in my musical kind of life. And then, yeah, so then shortly after that, I kind of got into songs more, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what version of the story you want, but I played in a band in 2007, I guess, when I was like 19. It was probably the first band that I played in and played around downtown. It's called Sally Can't Dance.
Oh,
Nice.
Do you remember that band? Were you around then?
I don't remember the band. I know some of the members or former members,
Yeah.
like Anna Wheeler, maybe.
Yeah, and Chloe and
Chloe,
Sarah
from
Budden.
the
yeah.
thing.
There's a whole story there. But yeah, and then I guess since then I kind of like, I mean, I really started writing songs and playing in bands myself maybe a couple of years after that. So like 2011, 12, I started like, because I was in a band called Those Lasers. Do you remember that band?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then Green and Gold. And I played a bunch of other bands at the time. I played in Tom Coombs' band for a while, which was awesome. And I mean a number of people, connections.
I don't think I
Played with
realized
Joanna.
how long I've been following your career inadvertently.
Yeah, well, we could have been following each other
Yeah.
inadvertently. We're just sort of in the same world, you know. I think what you're saying is like you didn't realize how old we were.
That's what I was saying.
Different
Yes.
version of the same statement. Yeah.
Oh, I realized.
Yeah, yeah. So if that's enough, I mean, I can stop there, or if you want me to go into more detail about a given time period, I can.
All right. Well, when we come back, we'll get Len to tell us a little bit making its first solo record, 2024's Out of View. Here's a track recorded just a few weeks ago, live in her Hot for the Moment studios. It's John Moran with Big Ravine on the Hulk Caesar Show.
Oh, I love this song.
In the final year of high school, we broke up, but we promised we'd be back together before too long and ever after. And my first roommate, my best friend, till the end, impossible to drift apart while drinking tall boys in the park. But I couldn't stay, don't ask me why I moved away, but the balance after what's withdrawn was say goodbye. Every Halloween we'd camp out by the big ravine. 2006 to 2015, your sleeping bag was aquamarine, and you burned a hole from sleeping too close to the coals. There was no way for us to measure the last time we'd get drunk together. As for the ex, pretty much what you'd expect. A few more times we'd reconnect to wreck the precious moments we protect. And I don't want to say goodbye, don't want to bid goodnight to the ones I loved so long, but I gotta get a move on, I gotta get a move on. I don't want to say goodbye, don't want to say goodbye, don't want to say goodbye, don't want to say goodbye.
Joining Emily, Hulk, and I this week is singer-songwriter Len O'Neill. Len, you recorded your new album, Out of View, in multiple locations. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. So these songs, I tried to record several of these songs like a couple of times and never really landed on a sort of an arrangement or an approach that I liked. Like I tried to do it myself. I tried to do it like before and during COVID. Some of the songs are newer than that, but in the end, I ended up working with Jake Nickel, which was great. But I did a lot of other recording in other studios too. So the way it kind of went is that I did the beds, pretty much all the drums and the bass and some of the other instruments off the floor at his studio in St. John's. And then so he and Ariel Matthias of the Burning Hell had this program going on, which they still do. I think they call it Snowbird. And so the idea is that they rent a nice house in a warm location, and then they'll bundle the cost of the recording and the accommodations and the food all together. So you can go sort of hang out and record, which was lovely. So they rented a spot in Portugal. So it was just like an hour outside of Lisbon.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was really awesome. So we had all the beds done. And so I just flew over to Portugal and worked in this like random villa in rural Portugal for like a week. The top floor of the house was like this, just kind of this one big room, really tall ceilings, really nice sounding room. And we just sort of did most of the overdubs and a lot of the vocals in that space. So a lot of guitars, a lot of vocals, a lot of some other things like I think Jake played some flute maybe. There were some like other instruments that happened, electric guitars, keyboards. And then I did a bunch of other stuff sort of scattered around. So in my studio, I recorded a bunch of things, like maybe some, I like pedal steel and some electric guitar and some keyboard stuff. And then I was in Montreal and I recorded, this is so funny, but I had these like sitar parts that I really wanted on two tracks, which is the most like rock and roll meme thing ever. It's like the self-serious artiste who needs the sitar on two of his tracks.
Totally.
So I bought a sitar for these two tracks, which was kind of insane. I was living in Montreal at the time, but then I went to I recorded them with Sarah Harris at Concordia because Sarah was at Concordia at the time, and so played the sitar in there and figured that out and did some guitar. And I was in Toronto and I had a friend sing on stuff, so I just broke out the microphone and my interface in the kitchen and recorded some things. So I kind of filled in the gaps in all the different sort of studio locations that I had access to. Yeah,
It's amazing.
That's cool. Just everywhere.
Who were some of the musicians that joined you on Out of View?
Well, there's like a core band, which was Liam Ryan played bass and Jack Etchegary played drums. And then there was John Moran played piano for a couple of the tracks. Maria Petal played violin on all the tracks. Her violin playing is really, really something on the record for sure.
Amazing.
One of my favorite elements of it. And Michelle LaCour played piano accordion, and also mastered the record. So she was very involved. And yeah, it's a pretty big band. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone, but I think that's everybody. And there was a bunch of other musicians that I had, like Lucas Rose played some pedal steel. There was Andrew Late, and he also did some singing on some of the records, one of the songs, two of the songs maybe. I know, I had some friends sort of send in parts. So Tom Coombs did a guitar bit on one of the songs. Steve Maloney did some vocal pads. When I was in Portugal, Nico did some singing because she happened to be in Portugal at the time.
Super cool.
Yeah, my friend Victoria Fuller did some vocals on it.
Oh, nice. She lived in the house right behind me in Mount Pearl.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Her sister and her brother, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Like on Wyatt Boulevard?
Yeah, we were on Hillhurst, so.
Oh, crazy.
Amazing.
So the album art for Out of View, that was done by Judd Haynes, who was the guest on the show last week. Judd Haynes, Winter Sleep, local graphic designer. What was it like working with him on that?
It was, Judd was the person I wanted to work with. Judd's the best, really. You know, it's really, I feel like Judd is in a league that he's kind of out of my league in that way, but I happen to be his friend, and he's around in a very, kind of great community-minded guy, and he's a generous guy and a wonderful person. So I'm lucky enough to know him. I think if I approached someone who was that good, who didn't know me, I don't feel like I would get the chance to work with them. I don't know if, anyway.
Yes, you would.
I love Judd, but I think that's clear. But he was great. He came up, when I first talked to him about it, I said a bunch of things, and he came back to me with 12 different ideas.
Amazing.
And then we whittled it down to one, and I came up with I went through all the lyrics on the record and came up with images that I thought were worthwhile, and so he took those and sort of worked them into the design. And initially, it was supposed to be on a bandana, the cover was supposed to be a bandana, and then we were going to pin the bandana to a background and then take a photo of the bandana. Cool. And that was going to be the cover. Mm-hmm. But ordering bandanas was incredibly expensive. I don't know if you've ever found this before, but ordering 50 would have been $1,100 or something.
Or bandanas.
We should get in the bandana business.
Yeah, they're really.
We are in the bandana business.
I guess you have bandanas.
We have bandanas.
We'll have them. You order them, we'll have them.
Okay. Wow. Well, in any case, so we just went with what we had, and I love it. I think he did a great job of interpreting the whole vibe of the record.
He's
visually.
Yeah, he's something else just visually. His mind, the places he goes, and the ideas he comes up with, and the amount of ideas, just constant. Every day, I'm seeing some new thing that he's designed for somebody, and I'm always looking at it, thinking that's so fucking cool. How many other cool ideas did he have to do to arrive at that one?
Right.
And that we'll never see.
Yeah, for sure. He did these as well. These are the ones back here. These pop culture ones are all
wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. World class for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, after the break, tonight's guest, Len O'Neill, will perform a short set for us live in our Hot for the Moment studios high above Posie Row in downtown St. John's. Here's a clip from last summer when Emily and I joined Jesse Sterling on NTV's Meetings with Remarkable People. It's our very own Newfoundland songbird, Emily Molloy, with her cover of the Beatles' I've Just Seen a Face on the Hulk Caesar Show.
To the musical stylings of Emily Molloy. Enjoy.
I want all the world to see we
It's now time on the Hulk Caesar Show for a live musical performance in our Hop for the Moment studios, brought to you by our friends at the Kitty Vitty Brewery. Len O'Neill, what do you have for us first?
I'm going to play a song that is kind of about, it's like a song for song people. It's a song about like preoccupation with songs and about the just the kind of time and energy that you'd spend to make it a part of your life. And about about the without really any promise of monetary return, you just kind of do it. It's called, I have a couple ideas for a title for it. I'm not sure. Maybe someone suggested The Cost of Everything. I also considered it being called Invisible Dream or Bound Together. So if you have a good, obvious pick for a title, do let me know. It's like this. It goes, oh, now we are bound together under the spell of a song. I'm begging for light for the same old invisible dream. Out here reaching, hands in the heavens, waiting for a miracle to come and bless our little hour. There's never enough money. The landlords are living free, haunted by the cost of everything. What are we gonna do? Things didn't quite work out the way I was dreaming about. More misery and much more doubt. But what are you gonna do? I'll put my guitar in the car and drive downtown to the bar. Wish upon a shooting star to one day make it pay. Oh, I don't care and I don't mind. This is how I spend my time. Tucked between the tune and the rhyme. It's where I wanna be. Oh, now we are bound together under the spell of a song. I'm begging for light for the same old invisible dream. Out here reaching, hands in the heavens, waiting for a miracle to come and bless our little hour. Waiting for the miracle to come and bless our little hour. Maybe it's enough for me to chase the invisible dream, to have my heart heard and seen. What else am I gonna do? Tried so many paths, most of them have come to pass. This one seems like it wants to last. What else am I gonna do? Well, put my guitar in the car and drive downtown to the bar. Wish upon a shooting star to one day make it pay. Oh, I don't care and I don't mind. This is how I spend my time. Tucked between the tune and the rhyme is where I wanna be. Oh, now we are bound together under the spell of a song. I'm begging for light for the same old invisible dream. Out here reaching, hands in the heavens, waiting for a miracle to come and bless our little hour. Waiting for the miracle to come and bless our little hour. Bless our little hour. Bless our little hour. Thank you.
So good.
Do you know what I think you should call it?
What?
Reaching.
Reaching.
So, Len, you've probably, or you have, traveled a lot around to promote the record out of you. What has been your most memorable performances, and could they have been enhanced by some line dancing?
Well, the answer to the second question is probably going to be yes. I think that's an easy yes.
Of course.
Yeah,
You know.
of course.
Most memorable. Yeah, I played a lot this year. I mean, the one of the cool tours that I did. So I would say, okay, it's a tough spot, but I think that the most memorable moments that I can pull from this year were on the tour that I did in late June, early July with Andrew Smith and Ben Valley. So we all three of us were in a van. Well, we had a whole band. Like we had Liam came and Jack and Lucas, and we kind of just had like a traveling 2-band situation with an opener. So it was like all of us just in the same van. We would sort of have a whole night of entertainment, and it was a blast. Like it was a lot of fun. The gigs were like more like rock oriented gigs, you know. So I did a bunch of solo touring this year too. I did some soft seaters, all sorts of different vibes. But the rock shows were, you know, obviously like really high energy and fun. And I think the moment that I'm talking about that I remember the most is like, so Andrew has Andrew has a lot of really awesome songs. Like Andrew's songs are incredible, and he has one song where at the end there's this a cappella bit where he's singing these for 4 lines, and they're really beautiful, and they're sort of like just about Newfoundland and storytelling, and it's just like a really nice scene that it invokes. But at the end of that song, all of us would sing this part a cappella and like scream it, kind of. So it would be like 5 of us just in a bar, and there, you know, we wouldn't be playing any instruments, and we were just like yelling these lines. And every single time that we did this, like people in the room would just like look at what was going on, because there was like a moment was happening every single time, and it just like it felt kind of nostalgic, but also like kind of really tied to Newfoundland, and there was a real strong sense of like home that it invoked, but also like camaraderie too. Like it was really, really cool. Like I would look forward to that point of the day. That like 30 seconds of that day was like the best part of the tour, I would think.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
It was awesome.
Just that simple, small little
that little section of the song. And if you like, I think the next time Andrew's playing is probably in February. You should go see him play. Like he's going to put out a record soon. It's going to be a really good record, and that moment, I think you'll get what I mean. It's kind of an arresting moment in the songs. Nice. So and to share it with these guys, like as we went through it, and like it would happen again and again and again and again, you know. So like it was always something that I think everyone was looking forward to, even though we didn't explicitly say that, but like I was always looking forward to it.
Right.
You know, yeah.
So as a performer, I used to have certain rituals before going on stage. Most notably, I guess, probably doing cocaine and throwing up. Not so much anymore.
Rock and roll.
Not at all anymore. Yeah. Before I throw this to you, do you, Emily, have any rituals before you? You don't have a mic. I'll throw it to Len.
Yeah, you can use this one.
Do you have any rituals that you do before you go on stage?
What I like to do is I like to be really warmed up if I can. Like, so if I have, like, typically I'll try and play for a couple hours, like just like maybe at least an hour of like just singing songs, you know, songs that I like to sing, my own or other people's songs, and like drink a cup of green tea. I like to do that before I play. Like I like to feel like, because when I was playing, I used to do more like playing 3 sets all night kind of a thing. I would realize like by the 3rd set, it's like, okay, now I'm actually doing this. You know, like once I was like into it, and I was a bit more connected to my voice and like the way I was singing and telling the stories. And so like now I just try to take care of the first 2 sets before I show up. Nice. So then I feel like I'm sort of more on when I'm there. But I think that other than trying to be warmed up, I mean, I'm off. Usually, I feel like I'm usually like, especially if it's a big band show or something, like running around trying to do something that I forgot to do, or you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get a cable, or like my tuner's broken, or like, you know, I got to change my clothes or something. You know? Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what do you got next for us, Len?
I guess I'll play another unrecorded song. It's kind of an older one, but not older, but it's like it probably just came just after the time that I made this record, so I didn't put it on the record. It's called Coffee in Bed. Funny story about it. I mean, I don't really have a story about the song. In a way, there's a song on the record called The Birthday of Your Life. And this is like kind of another telling of that story from like a different perspective in a way. And the song opens with this like line about a song. Like was in a relationship a while ago. It was a great relationship, and she taught me a song one time over a campfire, and it was the first time that someone had taught me a song like without paper or anything. It was like, this is the first line, this is the second line. I sort of learned it just like this. And so I kind of really love that song. And then I was singing that song in a bar one night, and then while I was singing the song, I first sort of saw someone who would become my partner. So like I almost like this song is like a bridge in between these two relationships in a really funny way, you know? And so I kind of, the first line of the song sort of opens with a nod to that moment. It's called Coffee in Bed, and it's about, kind of about like domestic life in a way, you know? Yeah. All right, here it goes. Right here. Are we ready to go? Yeah. I was singing the song I had learned from a love I lost. You walked into the moment. It didn't take long. We're off in the mountain snow, gone and left the city behind us. 1,000 movies in the evening, trying to find the double meaning hidden in the pictures on the screen. In so many ways I have changed since you came to stay. Easy to tame when I'm taken. Coffee in bed, kiss for your head. I'd rather it stay this way. So many days in love are all the same. So many nights now I've been out the game. I can tell you that I won't never change. My body keeps aging away. I'm watching you speak in a poem unlimited every other night of the week. Everyone knows you're the best now at what you're doing. You don't need to hear it from me. Coffee in bed, a kiss for your head. I'd rather it stay this way. So many days in love are all the same. So many nights now I've been out the game. I can tell you that I won't never change. My body keeps aging away. And all of my dreams, all of my dreams, all of my dreams are changing, baby. All of my dreams, all of my dreams, all of my dreams are changing daily. So many days in love are all the same. So many nights now I've been out the game. I can tell you that I won't never change. My body keeps aging away. Aging away. Aging away.
Len, have you already started working on material for your second album?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff that I'm working on, which is good. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing mostly this year, I think. I did a lot of work sort of promoting and touring and playing, and so I kind of want to focus on just making new stuff. And yeah, I'm kind of like going through the process of going back over lots of old ideas and finishing them, and I have some songs that I like, and it seems like I might do like a series of like shorter releases that may or may not add up to one big one, you know, because I feel like I'm doing things in different styles, and I want to like stay true to the style without trying to have it to over compromise to make them sound like they work together.
I like that. I like kind of like little EPs kind of that fit together. Nine Inch Nails does that a lot. I really like their EPs.
Yeah, exactly, that kind of idea. So I do have some material that I'm working on for sure. Yeah.
Cool. When you write songs, do you usually go music or lyrics first?
I think that I've started both ways.
Cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like my process of writing songs like keeps changing too. Like, I don't know. I don't think I do it the same as I used to do it. But I would say like probably if I had to answer that question, it's probably music first. I would say, because so much of like you know, I would have sort of a musical idea or like a melodic idea, and then I'm trying to write lyrics that fit the melody and the rhythm of that. So like usually the melody would kind of dictate what kind of words that I'm going to write. But there have been songs that I've written kind of the other way around. But I feel like that doesn't happen as often for me.
Cool.
You know,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, well, our guest Len O'Neill is going to grace us with one more live performance. What can you tell us about this last song?
Okay, I'm gonna sing it something that's like really new, and I've never performed it in front of anyone before, so I might not even get through it. You know what I mean? I
love it.
I'm walking the line here with this one. Yeah, like I said, this is a funny song because it's like different stylistically. It's also, you know how we listened to Ravine earlier, John's song, and it was like this nostalgic song about like an old friend he used to live with, and it's kind of a story of how things change and they can never be the same again. It's kind of about that, but like I grew up I was like really into skateboarding. Like that was like a main thing that I did. Like I was like pretty into it, you know. We made videos, and I was like the guy who edited the videos.
Nice. Come to work for us.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember it really fondly, and I really like love it, even though I only did it for maybe like intensely 6 or 7 years or something. Like when you're a teenager, that's a long time. Like now 5 years is nothing, but like when you're 15, 5 years is a long time, you know. So I've been writing songs about skateboarding, which is like kind of weird because I don't know of any other songs really about skate. I guess there's some like Skate or Die kind of vibe songs for sure. But yeah, so I have
everything on Tony Hawk is a skater song.
It's true. So one of the little EPs that I'll make is like all these songs that I've written like about skateboarding, which is kind of funny. But anyways, I'll play one of those, and I might have to explain a couple things. So the song is kind of about like, you know, actually it's about you know, starting to make movies, skate videos in a way, and like one of the things that you do when you're filming skateboarding, like if you get a trick and you successfully get something, you put your palm over the lens to mark that, so like later when you're editing, you can see that this is where we need to cut this. So when you're fast forwarding the tape, you can stop it and do it. So the song is called Palm on the Lens because that's like a moment in skateboarding where you're like, oh, we did it. Put the palm on the lens. Like it's a great moment. And so like there's a reference to filming lines, and filming lines is like when you do a bunch of tricks in a row, and someone like actually skates with the camera and like you film it. So yeah, it's a song about like growing up and skateboarding and making little movies.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. It's also about. Do you remember when the NHL had a labor lockout and everybody got into poker?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember this?
Yeah, poker was like, huge then.
Yeah, it's kind of about that time in a way. Yeah, so it's like, all right, see if I can get through this.
What a time in the world.
Yeah, yeah. The song is about 20 years ago. Okay.
Back when the NHL had a labor lockout, we played Texas Hold'em round the table at your house. We'd buy a half case from the store across the street from you. Your mother didn't mind, she just played with us. Your stepdad sometimes would pass out on the floor. He was great, he just drank a few too many beers. There was no Stanley Cup that year. We'd skate the Grace Hospital with snow still on the ground. Your brother found a job at the movie theater, saving up to make our mini DV feature film. He started working when he was just 15. Yellow city light, palm on the lens when you finally get it right. I collapsed in the lobby at the premiere. Didn't think there'd be 300 people there. Afraid of failing, afraid I just might win. You stepped in and took care of everything. And now the parking lots are too rough to ride on. Mini DV tapes are only available on Amazon. The other day I drove on by the Grace Hospital and a dozer was pushing it down. It's looking like a hole town now. Your brother had a job at the movie theater, saving up to make our mini DV feature film. He started working when he was just 15. We'd head out late in the morning, making makeshift high-A recordings. Hit the parking lots at night, filming lines in the yellow city light. Head out again the next morning, make more makeshift recordings. Hit the parking lot at night, filming lines in the yellow city light. Palm on the lens when you finally get it right. Palm on the lens when you finally get it right. Palm on the lens when you finally make it right.
Amazing.
That was so sick.
So good.
Thank you. Thanks.
I love that.
All right, it's now time to play a game with tonight's guest, Len O'Neill. Now, historically, we've done a segment known as Rapid Fire Questions, but we found everyone always had very long answers.
It wasn't rapid at all.
Especially the last couple of weeks. Our new friend John Moran had a couple long answers, and we had Matt Wells here. Matt spent a long time on his rapid fire answers as well. So instead, it's Caesar's Casual Conversations. Now, we did this last week with Judd, and apparently the questions I got from the interwebs were way too serious.
They were deep as fuck.
They were pretty deep. I didn't read them beforehand, you know.
Me too.
So, well, so this time I asked the internet to dumb it down for me a little bit. So I got all the questions and I cut them up and I put them in my, of course, my ET commemorative hat that I bought from Pop Caps on Instagram a couple years ago. He told me it was too small for me, but I bought it anyway. And they're all in here. So everyone's going to draw one in here and you can answer it as little or as long as you like. We'll let you go first, Len.
Okay.
Questions in the hat. What'd you get?
Books or ebooks?
Oh my goodness.
Books.
Books. Yeah. Do you read ebooks at all, or?
No. I mean, sometimes I use PDF files, I guess, for reference, like on my computer, but I don't like read them. Yeah, but I read books.
Yeah.
I try to. Yeah.
TV Guide. I read TV Guide.
What kind of books do you read?
What kind of books do I read? The last book I read. Was called. It's called The Rise and Fall of Nations. It's a book by Ray Dalio, who's like he runs like a capital investment firm. He's like the book is about like the last sort of 500 years of economic history, and it's about like long economic cycles. So like the rise and fall of a country as it like grows, it becomes productive, has a world reserve currency, and then the value of its labor is like sort of too high, and then another nation has more competitive labor, and slowly they sort of like fall, and then the next country has the reserve currency. So like it started with his thing goes back 500 years. So it's like he talks about the Dutch Empire, then the English, and then the American, and then like argues that the Chinese will have the next reserve currency.
So you're a big history buff.
I don't know if a history buff. I mean, I'm generally curious about it for sure. Yeah, I do like history stuff. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to pass the hat over to Dicky and get him to choose there?
And I ask Len the question from the hat.
No, it's for you.
It's for me. Oh, okay, cool.
Answer.
All right.
Wholeheartedly.
Cool. Wholeheartedly. Would you rather be too hot or too cold? Well, if you're too cold, because if you're too hot, you can only take so many things off, and it's pretty uncomfortable when you're all sweaty. I get itchy when I get hot. I don't know why. I've researched this. I have no idea why I get really itchy when I'm hot. Being too cold, you just keep putting on layers, and you get all cozy.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, makes sense.
So I mean, I'd rather be neither, but
Yeah. All right, Emily.
My turn?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm not going to look. I was almost
I haven't looked at any of these either. I blind cut them. You'd be surprised how I can turn my mind off and stare into the void when I'm doing stuff.
None of these questions are cutting.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button for life?
Oh, damn.
That's a deep one.
I think I'd rather have a pause button because I don't think I'd be here if I had a rewind button. I think I'm good with how everything's gone
Well, like
so
if
far.
you keep pressing rewind, is that not a form of pausing?
But pausing, you just stop and continue as you were, but rewind, something could go horribly right or wrong, you know, and then you'd never get back to the point where you would have paused.
Originally.
Yeah. That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying the implications of that question.
Yeah, that
was quick.
On this podcast, we subscribe to the Back to the Future theory of time travel, not the Terminator theory.
Yeah.
It's law.
Okay.
All right, I'll draw one here.
It's dangerous if I go back.
Mine says movie theater or streaming at home. Now, you know, I used to be a movie theater guy. I used to love going to theater. Vancouver had fantastic theaters and huge, and you could book your seats and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I loved it. I loved going to the movies. And you'd go to expensive movies because then all the dirtbags, they wouldn't go to see the expensive seats and stuff. So, you know, it's like elitist, you know, my chance to be a little bit elitist. But then I went and saw Captain Phillip. And this guy was sitting with Tom Hanks, you know, the boat movie.
Yeah, I like that movie.
That one.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this guy sitting behind me, and him and his woman were talking in Italian. I don't do a very good Italian accent. And they wouldn't shut up. So then the movie starts, and it's like the view of the boat is super quiet, and like they're still talking and talking and talking. So I turned around and I was like, "You have to stop talking right now." And the guy just burned a hole through the back of my head the whole movie, and it was like the most uncomfortable that I've ever been in my life. I thought for sure he was going to kill me afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it kind of soured me on going to the movies, to be honest with you. And now I got a 75-inch TV at home, you know, and I got a stereo, and
nice.
You know, I got a
home theater,
weed.
Yeah.
What do I need?
You're set up. Yeah.
I only go to the movies for the hot dogs. So
yeah, there you go.
I love a movie theater hot dog, man. I don't like hot dogs really outside of that, but man,
Who was talking about movie theater pizza the other day? So we had somebody.
That was me as well. I go to the theater a lot for food.
I like the poutine because I don't know if they still have it since COVID, but you get jalapeno peppers at this.
Yes.
Oh, man, so good. So good.
Nice.
Anyways,
all right,
talking about food.
Let's do one more round.
All right. All right.
Morning person or night owl?
Oh.
I mean, I'm a music guy, so I'm definitely a night owl for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like I do lots of stuff at night. I feel like I kind of like feel somewhat productive until 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I feel like I spend lots of time working at night. So, yeah, I don't really like. I don't like getting up early. I don't think many people do, but I happen to indulge that preference of mine. So I try not to get up early if I don't have to.
If you ever get a text from me at 1 o'clock in the morning, then someone's probably torturing me with some sort of ultra light, keeping me awake.
Yeah.
I'll get up at like 9:30.
What?
That's awesome.
But I get like 6 o'clock, so.
I just can't. I've tried to switch over to being a morning person several times in my life because people say, I mean, and I like, was the odd time when I get up early, I like it. I like I feel like I do get things done, and I like, you know, feeling ahead of stuff, but I just gravitate towards being a night person. It just happens that way.
If you are really serious about trying to be a morning person, one good way to do it is have kids or work in the film industry.
I've heard this. Yeah,
if you do both of those, you'll never get up past 5 again.
Yeah. So they say. Yeah.
Forced
Yeah.
morning person.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, Dicky.
Cake or pie?
Philosophical.
Yeah, this is a little general. I think it would have to be more specific in terms of the type.
Mm-hmm.
I think I used to hate pie growing up. Hated pie. I wouldn't even touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I love pie. But cake, man.
Cake is good too.
Cake is good.
There's a lot of good pies. So like coconut cream pie is my favorite pie.
How about a Boston cream pie? Is that like a cake pie, isn't it?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, kind of, yeah. I'll go with pie.
Pie?
Yeah, I like pie.
Favorite pie?
Yeah.
What kind?
Coconut cream.
Coconut cream pie, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
Classic.
All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, jeez. Would you rather live in space or under the sea?
You get all the deep ones. You're like, will you like cake or pie?
hey, it's the E.T. hat decide.
It chose me.
Yeah.
He's not from here.
I'd say maybe space just because the ocean's only 5% discovered, and it kind of sounds like aliens are
Terrifying.
coming from the ocean at this point.
The ocean's
so,
terrifying. I don't go near the ocean.
yeah, maybe Mars would be cool.
I have bad dreams about waves a lot.
I do
Ocean
too.
waves.
Yeah, tidal waves.
Do you have those too?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
get like a lot.
I don't like that.
They're frightening.
Reoccurring.
Like that
for
scene
sure.
Reoccurring, yeah.
Interstellar where there's like the huge wave.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
into
I got
that.
that what
usually,
you call
like,
the
I'm
fear of
watching
wide
it
open space
come
thing. I don't like
towards
that.
you, and it's like, I guess this is where I die in my dreams.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. It freaks me out.
Oh boy.
Interesting. All right, are you gonna?
All right, I'll do one more.
Bad chooses.
Would you rather teleport anywhere or be able to fly? Oh, I'd rather teleport anywhere.
What? I thought you were gonna pick fly.
No way. I can fly. I'll teleport up in the air and I'll keep dropping until I almost hit the ground and then I'll teleport to my
But
feet.
maybe you have to go into a teleport machine. Like
Oh,
you can't
maybe.
Just,
I
like,
wonder.
instantaneously
Yeah.
teleport.
Oh, yeah.
Stipulation.
I wonder if I could like call ahead and like there's rental places and I'd be like, I'd like to, yeah, but then I got to deal with those idiots when I could just fly there.
Yeah, you gotta make phone calls by the sound.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
what if I Icarus myself? You know, I'm the kind of idiot who would Icarus myself.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
And like, would you get tired? Is it like running? Like you only have so much stamina, anyways. It's
Oh,
like
boy.
you
I-
shouldn't assume that you could just fly forever.
I get a little
That's
bit
a good
tired when you
point,
mentioned
you know?
running.
I know, same. I was like, oh, maybe flying isn't as cool as I thought it sounded.
And if the
Sounds
teleportation was through two machines, it could have a fly situation.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
You don't want
wouldn't that
that,
be
right?
fantastic?
Yeah.
I think you're looking at that all the wrong way. Half man, half fly.
Yeah.
And then becoming the little fly. Like, oh,
yeah, like
I'm
on
into
The Simpsons.
that. I'm into that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Isn't that a movie, The Fly?
Fly.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing.
That's exactly what it's
Okay. What was the actor's
Jeff
name?
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end, he's all,
He's perfect
Yeah.
for
he's
that.
all like popping out,
It was
crazy stuff.
freaky.
Yeah, it's freaky.
Great movie.
It is
I
a great
love that movie.
Excellent. All right. Well, before we move on, Len, what's with your jacket?
What's
Yeah,
with
we
my
wanna know.
jacket? When I was living in Montreal, I had made a habit of hitting up the finest vintage shops I could, and this caught my eye at one of the shops, and I bought it.
Love
That's
it.
really there's no.
Excellent.
I should invent a better story. You know, like I was in a bowling league.
I just want to know.
in my
I wanted
late
to know who
20s.
Pat was.
Yeah.
And like I am Pat. There's this whole other life where actually when I live in Montreal, my name is Pat, and I play in a bowling league. And this is my jacket, and I'm going back next month to like we're going to start the playoffs, and so I'm working on my game. And
Love it.
This is my
So if I see you in Montreal, I should call you Pat.
Pat. Yes,
Yeah.
please, yes. God, no, don't call me Len.
Yeah, no.
Don't.
I think
Could get
you've
bad.
got. I hate to
Love
keep
the
coming
cover.
back to this, but I think your whole look when you had the hat on and you got the mullet thing going and your jacket, you look like a guy who would probably be going line dancing on a Tuesday night,
Absolutely.
maybe in the
Probably.
80s or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
I
After
think
bowling.
so.
Yeah.
I hope you don't
After
take
bowling.
offense to that.
I don't at all. No,
I think it's
feel
really
like
cool.
that's who I am.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
It's a part of who he is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's true. Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Well, that's about all the time we have tonight. Len O'Neill, thank you so much for joining us. Where can the kids find you on the internets?
Well, my name is Leonard O'Neill III because my father's name was Leonard and his father's name was
It's
Leonard.
amazing. I wish I had a lineage.
What a proper name.
Yeah.
I know.
So that's my handle and all the things. Leonard O'Neill III.
You got anything you'd like to plug?
No, I don't. No, I'm just at home making songs
Love
by
it.
myself. So.
Check out his music for show.
Definitely.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we got. We'll get you to sign this after, and we'll put it on the wall. And then we have a set of our trading cards here for you as our
Hell yeah.
gift for being on the show. There you go. Thank you for you.
Series 1.
Series 1. Yeah.
They're
Series 1 of 1.
Oh, look, this little Tetley
Yeah,
tape.
it's Kate Fudge makes that.
That's
Kate,
great.
Kate Fudge tape.
That's
Cool
quality
artist for
tape.
show.
Yeah,
Check
very
her
cool
stuff
artist.
out too.
Very cool.
All right, Len, thanks for coming on.
Yes, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Emily, Dicky, what do you guys got going on, Emily?
Booking wedding season, grad season 2025 and 2026 now. So reach out to Lighthouse Beauty, LITE House Beauty on Instagram.
Dicky?
Me, I'm just kind of comfortably settling into the winter depression and, taking that on as usual.
Your vinyl's recently got in store, is that correct? Your vinyl record?
Oh, yeah, I have a CD. Yeah, right. Yeah, I have a CD.
There's that.
There's of the album that I put out. What's that called again? Good Night Nobody.
Good night, nobody. Great record.
So, thank you very much. So that's available on CD at Fred's Records. Yeah, limited
pick it
edition
up.
or limited copies. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Next week, we'll be joined by local comic book artist Paul Tucker to chat about his new comic mentorship program. And he'll be joined by his brother Joe Tucker, who will grace us with a live performance. We'll also be releasing the first episode of my yet-to-be-named video game play-along program, maybe the Praetorians, I was thinking. I don't know. I was joined in the inaugural episode by our friend here, Dicky. We chatted about video games and pop culture while he played Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo. And finally, we're always looking for live musical performers. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me on Instagram at hulk.caesar. So thanks to Len O'Neill, Kitty Vitty Brewery, Hot for the Moment, Posie Row, and everyone out there for showing us support. Congratulations to friends of the show, Kelsey and Jordan, for their recent engagement.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. Very
Just
cool.
finding out about that. Cool.
I wish our show could get the amount of posts, reactions that they got on their engagement post.
They're so adorable.
This show's getting married.
Everybody needs to comment and say congrats.
You see Josh Sandu's post about his fake wedding that he made his post while he was on tour saying like, I'm should have abused my my marriage for internet attention, and so he made this video saying because he and his partner got like they say like not real married, like they just bought a ring and they didn't actually get it. They didn't want to bring the state or their families into it.
Nice.
was how they did it.
Good idea.
And so he posted about it, but it was like we're on the Reuben Rake page and was like, you guys, could you please give us some attention, some likes and follows and comments?
Oh my God, that's
and
brilliant.
I completely abused my
Yeah.
marriage situation for internet points.
Yeah, amazing.
And it worked. It worked
10 out
very
of
well.
10.
If only we'd been doing this show and I had cancer. Think of how much that would have been worth.
Oh man, can you get it again?
I'll
That'd
try.
be cool.
Oh my God. You guys are brutal.
I'll try.
3 steaks a week. All right. Well, for Len, Emily, and Dicky, I'm the Hulkster. Thanks for watching the Hulk Caesar Show.